Well, good evening, everybody, and welcome to our amazing information and opportunity event presented by my partner and friend, Mr. Paul Austin. We're so grateful that you have taken the time out of your evening to come and learn a little bit about this amazing technology that we share, produced by a company called the Super Patch Company. So last week, I apologize for those of you that may have been here last week on this call. We had some technical difficulties and we just couldn't seem to get it to work. And we hope that we don't face too many technical difficulties tonight as well. So the Super Patch Company's been around since January 14th of 2023. And there are some amazing strides this company has made, not only from the business side of it, but from the customer side of it and the amount of people that we have helped over the last year and a half to going on 2 years coming up. And so we're grateful that you took the time to come here and learn a little bit about this technology and the opportunity that goes with it, if that's something you choose to do. So Paul and I, my co-host, my presenter tonight, have been friends for 25 years. We've worked together in bricks and mortar businesses, and now we work together in this world called network marketing. And we're grateful for our time freedom. We're grateful for the people that we're able to help with this technology and the life that it's allowed us to live. So without further ado, it gives me great pleasure to introduce my dear friend and business partner, Mr. Paul Austin. Paul, take it away.
Thanks so much, Terry. And yeah, I appreciate that you showed me this because I wouldn't be here today if not. So thanks everybody for jumping on. My name is Paul Austin. I'm from Barrie, Ontario, Canada. The inventor is also not far from Terry and I, about 45 minutes, 50 minutes away. It's incredible. This is an incredible company, incredible CEO, and just a genius when it comes to figuring out the brain and how powerful it is. And tonight we're going to be talking about these patches right here. As you can see, I don't know what you can see, but there is a pattern on these patches. Each patch has its own specific pattern, and as it touches the skin, it's like it sets the battery on and says, hey, do your thing and optimize the brain and help it with many different things that we're faced with every day. So I'll just show you how easy this is. All I'm going to do is literally pull this little tab. I'm just going to undo the patch just like this, and I'm basically just going to put it on. I'm just going to pat it down, and that's it. So now you feel the difference. And that's one thing we really strive here, is that you need to try the product first. As soon as you try the product, maybe you try it on somebody else and you see the results and you think that you want to share this and make some money, great. We're here to help you. If you want to just use the product, refer people, all those different things, there's a place for everybody here. Our most important goal is to hit 1 billion people. You'll never see us say, let's hit $1 billion. I mean, we will, but let's help 1 billion people first, and the rest will follow behind. So what is the Super Patch? Well, it is a technology that, gosh, it's just at the forefront of health and wellness and sport, and we truly have something remarkable. So there are things in the past, and that's great, and they've done their thing, and some maybe don't work anymore or don't work as effectively, and here we are now inventing the future. So we have what the future needs. We're always improving. We're always changing the technology to make sure that it is the best it could possibly be. So let's strive to focus on that, because we truly have something here that's for everybody. This is not just for certain people, it's for everybody. So there's always technology booms. Let's be honest, people told you about Apple, people told you about Amazon, people told you about Tesla, all that, Facebook, the whole 9 yards. And some of us believed it, some of us didn't believe it. Some showed up to a dorm room, and next thing you know, now they're billionaires, and thank God they did show up. So that's the kind of thing that happens, and we're at the forefront of something that could be as big as these companies are. So I told my dad to buy Apple back when it was $13 back in 1999. He bought $0. And I was starting a business. I couldn't do that at the time. But imagine he invested in that, or I did, or whoever did. They're just loving life right now because they were helping people, but not in the way that we help people. They help people like we're doing it right now, Zoom and all those different things. So it all works part and parcel. So any sufficiently advanced technology is indistinguishable from magic. If you want to stand out from the crowd, you need to have something so superior, so mind-blowing that it appears like magic. And that is certainly what we have here with the super patch. So the super patch has hacked the neurocode to develop technologies that can improve the lives of millions of people and billions. Like that's our goal. We've been working hard. Jay, the inventor, and so many other people that he's surrounded himself with have been working for a long, long time trying to figure out and code everything, and they figured it out. It's amazing. We have 12 different patches. I'm going to get into the descriptions on those. And how do they work? Well, that's always the big question. It's through VTT, vibral tactile trigger technology. There's patterns that literally touch the skin, fix the waves that are broken, and optimize the brain's function based on what need that you have. So every bodily function has a neurocode, including breathing, walking, balance, pain, stress, sleep, immune, everything. Everything is this ticker up here in our head controls it all. So sometimes those codes get stuck for a million of reasons. They could get damaged. There's poor health, there's EMF, we're being bombarded with so many different things. And the pattern has little ridges, and those ridges is what communicates through the neuroreceptors to optimize the brain. So we have 12 different patches. They're supported by research. They're proven by science. Here is a peer-reviewed published study in the Pain Journal. We have a peer-reviewed published study in terms of balance, strength, stability. We have another peer-reviewed study based on sleep, and we have another one based on anxiety and stress. And we will have more and more studies come out, and they are just going to come out as time goes on because it takes a lot of time. It takes a lot of investment to make that happen. We want to make sure, and so does the FDA and all the governing bodies, that what we're saying is the real deal. So when you look at our scientific advisory board, these people right here, Dr. Mark Sakra, and Dr. Anna Toker, sorry, Mark Boff, Alex Schoss, Dr. Michael Clark, Dr. Marty Miller, there is no way that they would put their business or just, anything on the line to talk nonsense about something. This is the real deal. These people have joined forces with us because they see how powerful the technology is and how it can help people, because people are progressively moving away from the pills and all that into these other type of modalities that can make a big difference in people's lives. So what do people want? Well, in a wellness side of things, they want pain management. They want more energy, their brain health. They want it to be as optimal as possible. A lot of people are in cognitive decline. They want to change that. They want to be able to be mobile. They don't want to be limited to what they can do. They fear falling. They would love to have something that could help them with that. They're stressed. We're all stressed. I mean, it's a staggering number, and we want to, have something that can help us for that. Usually, guess what? It's other things. People have neuropathy and pain and swelling, and they're looking for, sleep issues. Like that's massive, massive, massive. And if you don't get sleep, things aren't good. And they also want to be able to recover faster, optimize their immunity, and also their metabolism in terms of what our body is taking in and processing and all those things. And we also want a better quality of life. And on a performance side of things, it's pretty obvious. We would want to have better performance exercising or in our sport, a competitive advantage, more power, strength, endurance, agility, recovery, all those great things. But what are the current solutions? Well, drugs, and we know what happens there. It's this drug to another drug for the side effects of the first drug to the third drug to the it's got to stop. It has to stop. There's no way most people there's drugs have their place, 100%, but it's a overprescribed thing that's happening. Over the counter products, they're garbage, most of them. They have junk in them. They're just not going to give you that result you desire. And people are spending thousands of dollars on these things, hoping to find that magic bullet. They also require a lot of times a lifestyle change, extreme or moderate or whatever it is, but it's still a change. People telling you what to eat, what not to eat. There's a lot of time commitment to a lot of different things. There's risks associated with it, like invasive surgeries, and there's side effects, and most are ineffective. And there is a lot of resistance to changing their life and changing how they operate on a day-to-day basis. Well, guess what? With the Super Patch Company and the Super Patches, you just slap it on and go, and your day is going to be better. Trust me. We have millions of customers, and they have just been blown away at what it's doing for them. So what it does it deliver? It's a drug-free solution. It's quick and effective. It's easy to use. It's non-invasive, non-reactive. It's child safe, pregnancy safe, pacemaker safe. You don't have to change your diet. You don't have to change your lifestyle, and it's affordable. So how do you do it? Well, I showed you. I just didn't show you opening up the package. So you're going to open up the package, you're going to peel it off, and you're going to put it on, and it doesn't matter where you put it. That's just an example. There is one patch though where you're going to put specific to where the issue is, and I'll get into that soon. So hopefully this video works. I had an issue with the first video, the countdown. So I'm going to play this. This is going to explain it way better than anyone else could. And I just hope that everybody can hear it. If not, you can get somebody to send this to you in Messenger or something. So I'm going to try this right now.
Super Patch is the most advanced wearable technology in the market, with 15 plus years of research and development. Super Patches are 100% drug-free, non-invasive, and backed by science. Our skin absorbs and transmits information from many different types of stimulation. Every physical, emotional, and psychological function has a corresponding neural code or message in our brain that controls and regulates it. Due to factors such as injury, stress, genetics, etc., these neural codes can get disrupted, leading to poor health, wellness, and performance. At Super Patch, we've decoded these neural messages that manage the neural control of physical, emotional, and psychological functions. Every single Super Patch has a unique pattern of ridges in it, similar to a QR code. When these ridges come in contact with our skin, the receptors in and around our skin send a message to our brain, which then decodes it. This intricate pattern of ridges is known as vibrotactile technology, or VTT for short. When the patch stimulates the skin receptors, it generates and sends a very complex signal to our brain to correct the specific neural codes that may be disrupted. The effects are almost immediate. So you focus less on overcoming wellness and quality of life challenges and more on living a happier and healthier life. Whether it's improving your sleep, enhancing your sports performance, or unlocking other life-enhancing benefits, Super Patch has you covered. Try Super Patch today and start your health and wellness journey.
So now I get to talk about all these different patches. So the first one is the Liberty patch. Now, Liberty is what I call the company calls the foundational patch. This is what everybody should have on. It gives you better strength, balance, stability, range of motion. You get energy. It's just all encompassing physiologically. And if you can create physiological homeostasis, that will then lead to cognitive type of homeostases, which we all are sort of, all over the map these days. And, no wonder it's just, there's a lot of stresses. There's a lot of things happening in the world. So whatever you do, you want to wear this Liberty patch, and I'll explain the Victory patch, which is very similar towards the end, and then I'll tell you the differences between the two of them. So the next one is the Freedom Pain patch. This is incredible. Look at how many people suffer, and this is just, remember, a US number. 50 million people. Just imagine the number that is worldwide. And we are a global company, so we will be getting to every single person eventually. It's just going to take time, and that's just how it works. So if you do have pain, definitely try this one. Now, all you're going to do is take this, and you're going to actually put it as close to the pain as possible on a flat, clear, clean surface, and then just sort of observe how you feel. And that is how this works. You feel the difference and see if it's working for you. The next patch is the REM patch. Look at this again, 70 million people. Think of the worldwide number. Crazy, crazy stuff. We have trouble sleeping. There's so much going on. Our minds are racing. And imagine you could have something that would help you and help you with your deep sleep. This does not mean Uncle Fred's not going to wake up for 12 hours unless you give him a shove. No, no, this means that you're going to get, and that could happen, but what you're going to get is that deep sleep, that 4 hours of REM sleep will improve. I've had people improve it from a hour and a half up to 2 hours and 45 minutes and that sort of thing. And then it just keeps improving, but you definitely have to use it consistently, like all the patches, to truly feel the difference in what it's going to do for you. So then there is the Kick It patch. This is kick all your bad habits to the curb. I don't know about you, but I look at these 4 items here or 5, and it looks to me like, yeah, they look pretty bad to me and should be done in moderation. But everybody will have their definition of a bad habit. But imagine using the Kick It patch and seeing what it could do for you. So hope and happiness like never before. This is our joy patch. Start feeling your best. We're, down and out some days. Things aren't going as planned. Well, why don't you throw one of these on and see if it improves your mood and makes you have a better day? And keep in mind, guys, you only have to use these patches as needed. This does not mean you need to walk around with 12 patches. And if that's the case, then we call you a hot mess. And we hope that that's not going to happen. We want you to just use these as you need them. So the next patch is the Peace patch to deal with stress. 7 out of 10 people look at what's happening. They're reporting stressful situations, inflation, job security, fuel costs. I mean, the list goes on and on. And, school's about to start. There's healthcare. I mean, there's just so much that, this could help with. So you just have to try it yourself. Then we have our Ignite patch. This is deal with calories like never before. So imagine being able to burn 25% more calories based on your resting metabolic rate. So that means right now I have that patch on, it's on my lower back, and I'm sitting here and I'm actually burning calories as we speak, just sitting here. So if I'm sleeping with it on, the same thing is happening. What's going to happen from there, we don't know, but usually that leads to other incredible things when you optimize your metabolism. So then this is the patch I meant that is similar to the Liberty. It's the Victory. The difference with the Victory is the depth of the patch, of the etchings on the patch. They're different than the Liberty, but they still provide the same performance things and the strength and balance and all that. But the difference is the muscle recruitment and recovery for people in sport. You would then want to wear the Victory patch. But if you're just a regular walking around, walk around your neighborhood, not very athletic, you can still wear this. But the Liberty is going to do pretty much the same thing unless you're like in high performance type scenarios. But again, you may find one better than the other and you'll be the judge of that. This one blows me away. I never thought that I would need this. I thought it was for allergies or people with stuffed up noses or whatever the case may be. I had no clue until I actually went to a live blood analysis. And what happened was they brought up a girl that had never used our tech. She put this patch on and sat down, and just before putting the patch on, a sample of her blood was taken. And if you look right here, this is her blood. And I'm no doctor. I just learned this by being at this seminar. And if you look, the cells are all deformed. They don't have enough oxygen around them. And they're stacked on top of each other, which is called the Rolo effect. Well, after wearing this patch for a half an hour, this lady was called back up to the stage. The live blood analysis doctor took her blood again, and I'm telling you right now, look what happened in 30 minutes. Are they all pulled apart yet? No. Do they all have a lot more oxygen around them? Yes. Are they better in their form because they're more circular? 100%. What does this mean? More oxygen to the brain, more oxygen to the cells. That was me, hook, line, sinker. I do need this patch, and I've worn it every day ever since. So then we have a focus patch. Guess what's just about to start? Good old school. And guess who needs this? Children, kids, adults. We all do. But why don't we start with our kids? Because if you put this on them, they are going to have a better day all day long. I have seen it time and time again. So then we move into a little different category. This is our rocket patch. You can imagine what that means. Reclaim energy, stamina, performance, youthful male performance. Crazy things happening there. Again, it's consistency using it based on your age. Some will get results faster than others, of course, but who wouldn't want a little more pep in their step and their libido? And this is really what's happening, and it's crazy amazing. So then we move on to our Lumi patch. This is a crazy patch that's helping men and women, but I mean, even skin issues and different things like that. But I've seen women's skin, my wife in particular, crazy stuff. I've seen where, some women have that creping effect along their chest, and because it's using natural biophotonic activation, it's actually, oxygenizing the cells, bringing out that natural pigmentation and giving that person a glow that they've never seen before. So truly amazing. But again, this could be like, yeah, right, bud, I don't believe you, but you know what? It's just using it is everything, and you'll see the difference. So drug-free, zero ingredients. We pride ourselves on that. We're not just helping people who are suffering, but we're also helping people with their athletic performance. And better yet, their patches are 100% drug and risk-free. And so you don't need to worry about side effects or anything silly like that. So the technology you use impresses no one. The experience you create with it is everything. So Super Patch Company and Technologies have a $500 billion market opportunity. Just look at this: pain, energy, sleep, stress, immune support, obesity, fitness, mobility, focus. We have a solution for every single one of these things. Again, drug-free, FDA registered, big time important. We are a type 1 medical device. That says over 1 million customers. It's probably up closer to 2 million now. Major, amazing clinical trials, as I showed you again, and a huge user feedback, positive user rating. So the Super Patch is a 30-day money-back guarantee. There's no competitive products in the marketplace. You will never see this on Amazon. We are the only ones that have it, and we are constantly spending money on research and development. So the strength of the team is each individual member. The strength of each member is the team. So number one, are you a customer, which we hope you would, start off with, but maybe two, maybe you're like, I've seen enough. I'm in. I want to do this. I want to help people, and I want something that no one else has. I don't want to have to compete against all these other products. Well, this is where you want to be. So become an associate. Very simple. You're buying a pack. It ranges from $2.99 up to $9.99. And you just make that conscious decision of where you're at, what you want to do, how you want to build this, and we'll be there to support you 1,000%. So step one is to enroll as an associate if you choose to do so, as I showed you before. With this, you're going to get the ability to market these products. You're going to get wholesale pricing. You're going to get a replicated website that has no monthly fees. That's your site to use, and you make commission off that, 25% off every sale. We're going to train you, help you. You now are, able to get into our contests, our trips. The next one coming up is Cancun. Just awesome stuff that we always give to those who are helping and striving to make people's lives better. So step two would be to go show people the magic, go show people the demonstration. It's incredible what happens within minutes, not even less than a minute. I could blow your mind, and so could somebody that has been using this and has brought you to this call. If you're close to them, get that demo, feel the magic. It's crazy. Terry did it to me 8 years ago. I'm blown away. I just the technology has advanced so tremendously since then, and we're just so happy that we're a part of it. Another huge, amazing thing is our co-op marketing program. It's the first of its kind in network marketing history. It's called the CapEx program. If you can look up on the billboard, that is a 48-foot billboard in downtown New York City. And guess who's on that right now? It does rotate with all our products, but Jay Glazer. This guy is a mammoth broadcaster, Fox Sports. He is crazy. He's teamed up with us. He can't believe what's happening. The REM patch has changed his life. It is just awesome. And we are able to help and invest in marketing with the company and share in the profits. So that's 4 income streams that we have now, unlike anything else out there. So if you're ready for something that can make a difference in your life financially and everybody else's physically, as well as yourself, well, you've come to the right place. So thank you so much for being here. I'm going to stop the share. Don't go anywhere though, because the best part is coming up, and that is when we get people to share their 2-minute story. Maybe it's 30 seconds, whatever it is, please. We would love some volunteers to, just put the raise your hand up. Maybe you can wave, we'll find you. And just tell us what has happened to you as a result of being exposed to the drug-free patches. So I'm just gonna kick it over to Terry, and we'll hear these amazing stories. And I always look forward to this part.
Yeah, great presentation, Paul, as always. Man, we got a tiger by the tail here, folks, and we'd love to have you join us. We'd love to have you be a customer and simply share it with some friends or build a massive business. But right now, as Paul said, we're at the exciting part. Vanessa, please unmute yourself, and we'd love to hear from you. Thanks for putting your hand up. Just have to unmute there.
Got it.
There you go.
Okay, hi.
Hi, Vanessa. How you doing?
Hey, doing great. Thank you. I just wanted to share something. I started using these patches before there were even patches. When the company first started, it started with like socks and insoles, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that's when I started worrying because I was misdiagnosed. I was told that I had diabetic neuropathy, and then I was told that it was fibromyalgia. And it wasn't until I broke my ankle, like 2 years ago, over 2 years ago. And the doctor took one look at me and he's like, oh, you have this condition that's a real severe chronic pain condition. And how do you know? Well, just taking one look at you and let's confirm it. Let's take a bone density scan. And I'm only like 50 something years old. And my bones are like like an 80-year-old woman's bones would be. That is how bad it was. And that is part of the condition that I have, is that it beats up your bones. And so anyhow, I was already using the socks. And then when they came out with the patches, I started using those. And it just made my condition so much better when I started using them regularly. That at the time I started using them, I can barely walk across my floor, my living room floor, let alone go up and down the stairs. And now I'm going on vacation. I went on vacation to Japan with my daughter and walked nearly 20,000 steps
Wow.
any given day while we were on vacation. And then, and so I'm going on vacations doing all these things, right? And I actually was taking all these medications for my condition, the chronic pain condition, everything from antidepressants, because not being able to be mobile can be so, depressing. I was on anti-inflammatories. I was on muscle relaxers. I was taking all kinds of different medications also, like gabapentin, for example. That was for pain, and it really didn't do very much for my pain, but it did make me super stupid. I couldn't function. I lost my job because of this. And so then you have all these side effects, and they give you more medications to, counter attack all the side effects, right? So you get more medications to help. So I was taking like 14 medications when I started using the technology. 2 years later, actually less than 2 years later, more like a year after I started using it, I slowly started to wean off my medications. I was down to just 2 medications. And one of the problems that I had was, my doctor has said, oh, you have diabetic neuropathy, but it wasn't correct because the nerve conduction test proved that it wasn't. But my doctor had me on diabetes medication. And I know our patches are not specific for diabetes, and I shouldn't be saying the word, but I have been having like chronic, super low blood sugar readings on my blood glucose monitor. And they reduced my my sugar medication, my, diabetes medication. And I'm like this close to being taken off completely, all of my medications, everything I just take supplements. That's all I take. And
Wow.
this is just in the 2 years that I've been using
That is fantastic.
Got
What do
to
you
text you a little bit longer.
that's amazing, Vanessa. What are your go-to patches that you wear every day?
For the condition that I have found that I have to wear the patches that work the best for the stress, for the pain, for the inflammation. So I have I have found that when I have a flare up, using Liberty and Victory together with Freedom and Defend and Peace for the
Mm.
stress and the anxiety, for the pain, for the inflammation. Um, I think that just having all of those together have just really helped with getting my body into the homeostasis state that we
So
all want to be in.
so your life has definitely become better through
Oh
this
my gosh, yes, so
modality,
much
right?
so.
Wow.
Absolutely.
It's very brave of you to share this, and thank you so much for sharing. And man, oh man, it's so good to hear stories and keep going. Don't stop wearing. You're on the right road,
Thank you.
recovering. It doesn't happen overnight all the time, but God bless you for staying
Exactly.
with it and keep wearing it. And thank you for being vulnerable enough to share with us, Vanessa. We really appreciate it. Thank you for sharing. Karen, go ahead.
Hey Terry, hey Paul.
How are you?
I'm doing good, thank you.
Good.
When I listen to Vanessa's story and I'm sitting there going, gabapentin, Lyrica, you name it. I'm just so thankful that I was introduced to this technology. I have gone years with multiple concussions. I was dealing with a lot of neck pain, uh, sciatica nerve pain because of my lower back, migraines, refractory migraines, restless leg syndrome. And when you go to a doctor and you present all these symptoms, that's exactly what they treat. Each individual symptom. It's not like they look for something that, oh, this might be a whole thing of what have you. So over 15 years, I was on many medications like Vanessa, the gabapentin, the Lyrica, Oxycontin, Maxol, you name it, I was on it. And then you develop you get used to it, so you need something stronger. You're not sleeping, so when you're not sleeping, your body's not healing. So it's just a vicious circle. And through the grace of God and being part of this company, I was introduced to Dr. Sylvia Passfield. And doctors at that point had told me there's nothing else more that we can do for you. This is your new normal. Embrace it. And I knew I wasn't me. It wasn't the person that I was before. And something had to be done. So I went and I had my brain mapped. I had a QEEG brain map. I know yourself and Paul have had it done as well. And lo and behold, I was diagnosed with a moderate traumatic brain injury. And all of those symptoms are actually, if you group them all together, they are symptoms of a brain injury. And you would think, having had concussions, none of the tests came back and showed anything. X-rays, MRIs, CAT scans, everything was clear, so everything was okay. And the doctors literally, I think, thought it was in my head, which it really was. I have been using these patches, and I will use them till my last breath. And I feel great. My cognitive function has improved greatly. And I'm off all of my medication. I haven't put a Tylenol or an Advil even in my body.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah,
Amazing, Karen. I know that your journey's been a struggle in the past, but you're a different person now. I've known you for quite some time now, and you're a totally different person. And I know that, the patches aren't 100%, but they're a large portion of what has allowed you to work on being the best you. And that's the nice thing about the patches. They get you into the right frame of mind and the right homeostasis where you can feel a little bit more balanced and work on other things. And so it's certainly a platform and a baseline to start with for sure. And I've seen amazing, I'm sure as Paul and a number of people that know you personally on this call, I've seen a great improvement. And so we're so grateful that you're here. We're so grateful that you're part of our team and that you're sharing. And let's just keep doing it. Let's just keep changing people's lives and doing what we can. So thank you so much for sharing, Karen. I really appreciate it.
my pleasure.
Okay, well, we're running out of time, so we're going to get April. This will be our last one for tonight, but we're going to do it all again next Thursday too. So April, please tell us your story.
Can you hear me?
Can hear you fine, yes.
Okay. My name's April. I'm from Kincardine, Ontario. I'm 52 years old and I have rheumatoid arthritis, quite severe. I went 8 years undiagnosed before they diagnosed me with RA. And during that period, they threw Oxycontin, Tylenol, gabapentin, everything at me. And then I got a diagnosis and started working with a rheumatologist. And I have chronic fatigue as well. And I haven't had much luck with pain. Now, on top of that, I had shingles twice and COVID last year. So it's really hard to tell when they start crisscrossing, but like my health was generally not great. So on Monday afternoon this week, I went to a market and I met Pat Grass. And I think she's changed my life. I started with the Liberty and Defend patches. She put it on me and like I couldn't stop walking around. We went all the way downtown in the market and back home. And for the last 2 days, I've been like working. And it wasn't that I was looking for what the patch gave me because I wasn't sure. I was looking for what I didn't feel anymore. And I wasn't feeling tired and I wasn't feeling like completely exhausted and sore. Now, my day was full today and I'm a little sore now, but you know, that's kind of normal. I feel that way all day long, you know, most minutes of the day, unless I'm sleeping, and sleep comes rarely to me too. So that'll be my next patch.
Good for you. Wow, that's fantastic, April. Well, you know, it's really exciting, and I'm sure Pat, who's a very dear friend of mine, you know, I've sort of coined this phrase when I first started called "Come and live in the hashtag joy zone," because I can see the joy on Pat's face right now because she was able to help you with something through these patches, and that's incredible, and that's what we do. And so, you know, if you're here for the first time tonight, we'd love you to join us. We'd love you to do what Pat just did and join us. Get your own supply for your own personal use and learn about the opportunity to make a little bit of extra money or make a pant load of extra money if that's what you want to do. We have it here for you. We do our best to support everybody. We provide these calls for everybody to learn. We're here to help everybody succeed. We have a great business plan that Paul and I have developed to walk you through on how to build this, because the biggest thing is learning how to do it. And I know, because I know Pat, that she's feeling the joy hearing you tell your story on here after she simply shared something with you that might possibly make your life a little bit better. And that's what we do. So thanks for sharing, April. Great share for sure. Paul, as always, thank you so much for great presentation as always. Folks, we'll see you back here next Thursday. Same bat time, same bat channel. Hopefully the internet will hold out. So start your invites now. Let's pack this call with 100, 150 people, and let's keep sharing and keep doing what we do best. And that's share and change people's lives. God bless everybody. Have a good night.